Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. My name is Roxanne Wilson, and wow, the happy holidays are almost over. How's it feeling? Are you enjoying yourself? Has it been good? We have the new year coming in a few days, and this is going to be a goodie but a quickie podcast, all right? The title of it will be something about Stella getting her groove back, and there's a reason for that. Because we all talk about 2022. And, I've been talking about how to plan. We had the amazing planning workshop. You can still get the replay to that. Just go to socialstoriesmembership.com/replay. But some of you are like, okay, I know I should be excited about 2022, but I'm tired. I took a break. I don't know how to start. I need to get my groove back. What am I going to do? This podcast is for you. So stick around and we will be right back. Happy holidays. Guys, I can only say that like a few more times with it being relevant until next year, please God. So I'm going to get it in. Happy holidays. But before I do that, I want to remind you during that as I mentioned just a second ago, we had an amazing planning workshop earlier this month. And if you missed it, that's okay. Not a problem, because you're not ahead, you're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, which is listening to this and knowing that you can get the replay. The replay is available and alive. And I should also mention that right now, to kick off your 2022 and have everything you need to hit those goals, to get more team members, to get more sales, to get more volume, we have the ultimate network marketers toolkit. It puts all the shebangy bangs in one beautiful array of things. It's everything you need, from keeping track of your finances to your social media plan and how to build out your social media funnel, to getting some extra help to save you time with some templates. It's all my memberships all together in one shebang. And here's the thing, I said shebang twice. Here's the thing, it's only offered like this once. This is the only time. We might do it once a year, but that is it. So you get a discount. It's a great way you can come in, try it out and check it out, but we're not offering it like this again. It ends in just a few days. The offer ends in just a few days. So if you want more information, just simply go to, Toolkit, that's right, socialstoriesmembership.com/toolkit to get the details. You'll see it on the screen, or check the show notes. All right. Enough about that. Very important. But some of you might be going, Roxanne, I hear you. I want to do that. I just don't know how to get in the groove. Maybe you moved. Shout out to those of you who've moved over the last few months. I have some clients who found out they were moving. And while it was exciting for them to move, it's like moving right now. And how do you take a break? You've got to move your family, but then how do you get back in the rhythm? Some of you might be teachers and you've been teaching and trying to juggle all the teaching and all the things and being a mom. And your social media, not only your social media, but your network marketing business is taking a back seat. And you want to get back into the groove. You enjoyed it so much, but how do you do that? Maybe you weren't working and then you took on a job and thought, I can do a few hours of this to make it work. But that time, it can be draining, right? We forget how draining jobs can be, and you just haven't gotten back in the groove. Now, if you're sitting here hearing these stories going, gosh, she's talking to me, I am actually giving you real life, anonymized people that I know, clients of mine, members of my membership that have gone through this in the last few months. And one of them sent me a note, and I'm going to share it with you because it was very poignant, and I know it resonated with a lot of people. In fact, I shared her story on my email, and I got a lot of responses back from people saying, thank you. I needed to hear this right here in the moment. And so I knew, well, then we need to talk about it on the podcast too. This is what I won't say her name, said. Okay. She said, have any of you guys ever had long periods of no motivation to run your business? Most days, I feel like I can't make one more decision or plan one more thing once the school and coaching day is over. How did, and she puts in quotes, Stella get her groove back? Well, that's a different type of groove, but there's much too much going on here right now. And she also affected and impacted by the sidebar, by the tornadoes, to do anything about business, but I'm just trying to think ahead. Have you ever felt that? Ever been there? Have you ever taken that break and getting back into the groove just seems so daunting? Those pauses that I always encourage you to do, and you do have permission to pause, can can sometimes make it hard to keep moving. And the truth of the matter is, the reason that you took a pause doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what the reason was. It was a reason, it was a priority. You needed to take that pause, you needed to take that stop. You were exhausted, whatever it may be, but it doesn't make getting back into it any easier, does it? So this is what I said to her. And PS, and by the way, shout out to my social stories members because she sent this in a group chat. And of course, immediately they wrapped their arms around her. It's one of the reasons I love our community so much. You can ask real questions like that and get no judgment answers and support from other network marketers. I love that so much. This is what I said. I said, and this is my message to you as well, too, if you're feeling this now, and maybe you're not feeling this now, but you will feel this, you will go through this in the future. So save this podcast, favorite this episode. And if you know someone who's struggling, if you have someone on your team who says she wants to get back into the groove and you realize, you see that she's having a hard time, this is my message to you, to her, to future you, to future me. Give yourself permission to pause. Now, with permission to pause, you have to accept the fact that coming back won't be or feel the same way. I'm let that marinate with you. We tend to say we're going to get back on the horse and expect that the horse is going to feel the same way. And we're going to feel the same way about the horse. But it's never going to be the same. Why? Because you aren't the same. You've had a different experience. And your business, our businesses, your network marketing business is so tied to you that your experiences impact your outlook. I'm going to say that again. Our business is not a 9 to 5. 9 to 5s, you're not as attached to. 9 to 5s at 5 o'clock, it's quitting time. And you can think of the Flintstones and he's running home and all the things. That's not what you do. You give a part of yourself every single time you post something on social media. You give a part of yourself every single time you help a customer. And every single time you reach out to someone and talk to them about their needs, you're giving yourself. You're serving. And when we serve, it's not something like a light switch we can turn on and off. That's not a thing. It's part of us. So when we have these life experiences, and yes, the life experience is pausing, is doing that move. Oh my goodness, moves are traumatic. Moves, sidebar, are like a divorce, a loss. It's not that you don't gain something. We always gain something when we lose something, but it still is a process. And it takes a lot out of you. And there's a lot of emotional toll. You can't go back to your business and expect it to be the same because you just had a new experience. When I moved from the great state of Texas, Austin to be specific, after living there for 15 years, and Scott got a job in his dream area, Orange County. And here we were, his dreamers, Southern California. Here we're going. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're doing this. I didn't expect this to happen so soon. That was emotional for me. It took me a good 8 months, like birthing a baby, to actually feel like California might work for me. There was a moment, I'll never forget it. About a few weeks after we got here, it just didn't feel, it wasn't the same. This is the land of no queso. I lived in queso central hub Mecca, where we ate it every meal of the day. And then I come to a place where when I ask for queso, they go, do you mean cheese? Like they think I'm being cute and can show that I know how to speak Spanish. People don't say hi to you here like they do. It's not the same. It's not the same. I love it now. I didn't love it at first. And I remember I was going home for a conference or a convention that was in Arizona. And I remember Scott dropped me off to the airport. And I believe I took Baylor with me. Did I? Can't remember. Maybe not. But he was like, "You're coming back, right?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm coming back." But it was tough. It was tough. A move is like that. Taking time, if you're teaching or you're working or you're taking a pause because you've had an emotional loss, maybe you've lost a family member. It's not going to feel the same way when you come back to your business. Your business is part of you. Your DNA is part of your business. This is a different bird. Okay, I digress. Let me get back to what I said to her. So I said, you've had a different experience and your business is so tied to you that your experiences impact your outlook. So do one thing, not all the things, just one thing. And set one goal around the impact that one thing you start doing will have. So do one thing. And when you start doing that one thing, set a goal that is tied directly to the impact that one thing you're doing will achieve. What do I mean by that? I mean, if the one thing you do is, okay, I'm going to start posting on social media. I'm going to start posting again. I haven't posted for months. Or longer. I'm ready to start posting. The goal attached to that should not be, I get 10 new customers. I get 5 new business partners. That's not the goal attached to impact. That is going to lead you to feel like this is not working. Where am I? Set a goal more like your goal is to actually start posting. And if you're going to start posting again, then say, my goal is to post twice a week. That is my goal. Then attach to that maybe the impact, or if you want to go further, once you start doing that my goal is to have people interact and comment and engage with my posts. That is something that is directly tied to what that activity you're doing. And you might be going, but Roxanne, shouldn't I be doing like direct, obvious impact producing activity? I could go down the road with you about how social media is and can producing, but it's a longer route and I get it. If you're just starting and you don't feel like you have your mojo, your groove back, it's probably not the best time to start reaching out to someone and saying, you should join me in business. I love it so much, because you're just figuring it out again. So do something that's uniquely and authentically you, and don't feel like you have to go for the farm and try and close that new customer, close that new team member, because your heart is not there yet. Listen to your heart. Take a listen to it. I go back. Let's keep going. And I said to her, and then bit by bit, build. Give yourself grace along the entire road. I think we should highlight. Give yourself grace. We give other people grace. Give yourself grace along the entire road, and appreciate who you were before you paused. Appreciate that girl who was on that other road before. The one who was like, this girl is on fire. Appreciate her. But, and I put in all capital letters, never compare her to who you are now. Oh, this is hard. You thought this was going to be easy. Appreciate the road you were on. Appreciate the fact you're like, I was on my way to getting that rank. I was on my way to this and that, and then I had to take a pause. Appreciate that girl and the fact that she was on fire, but you never compare her to who you are now. That's not fair. That's not right. That doesn't set you up for success. And why I said is this, because frankly, I don't care what your judgy side has to say about where you are now compared to where you were then. I don't care. Who you are now is better than who you were before. That girl you thought was on fire, who was like just like carefree, running around, doing all her social media, working her funnel, getting her list, getting the clients, getting the team members. She's not as good as you are now. She's not. She's not as good as you are now. I want you to say that. I want you to say, she's not as good as I am now. So we're not going to compare ourselves because frankly, she'll feel pretty bad, but we're not going to compare ourselves in a mean way, in a judgy way either, because we're wrong if we think we're not better now. You're wrong if you think that having that pause that you had to take, that life made you take, that was taken, however you want to phrase that, you're wrong if you think you're not better now than when you were before, because you are. Why? Because you've lived more. You've lived. That song, I've lived. You've lived more. You have more wisdom. You are smarter. Smarter. I don't know why I tried that. You're smarter. You have more wisdom. And we celebrate exactly where you are right now. Also known as you're not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And when we appreciate where we're supposed to be, when we accept that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, then we have the power. We have the power to get our groove back. We have the power to be as successful as we want to be. But if we feel like where we are right now is not where we want to be, not where we chose to be, but someone else is doing this to us, why aren't we like our old selves? Then we're never going to get it. 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 We're never going to get it. We're going to just go around this hamster wheel and never going to figure it out. And when that happens, yeah, you're right. Your business is not going to get its groove back. You're not going to get your groove back. You're going to feel like less than. Let go of who you were before because she's gone. We appreciate her. We give her the golf clap. Awesome sauce. Her journey, her path was her journey. You took a hard right or a hard left, and you're on a new path, and it is awesome. But it's only going to be awesome if you appreciate that it's awesome. You take it one step at a time. It's a new journey. It's a new path. Don't expect that you can start running the race. When we do something new, when I moved to a new town, I couldn't expect that everything was the same as when I was in Austin, where everybody knew my name and I knew everyone else's name. And it was like, I mean, literally, I'd been there for so long. I was a local. South by Southwest. I don't have to have that. Just come on in, Roxanne, because I'd been there for so long. I can't walk in here and expect to go somewhere, although I do live in Irvine and it rolls up at 9 p.m. So where am I going to go anyway? But it's a totally different thing. I have to appreciate that and start at the very beginning. A very good place to start, as Maria von Trapp would say. And it's true. And I have to accept that. And when I accept that, what you're going to find is this. Those great things that made her, the one back there so great, they're in you. They're in you, but now they're multiplied. So unlock that in this journey and forget about her in that journey. This is your time to shine. 2022 is your year. It's your epic year, fantastically epic, because that is my word. And I give that to you. You can choose any word you want, but I give you epicness. Your word, your life is going to be epic. And it doesn't matter what you did or didn't do last year. It doesn't matter. What matters is you accept that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you work this puzzle, you work this journey, and you give yourself grace along the way, because it's a new road. It might look the same because you're in the same business, but it is a new road. And I can't wait to be on this journey with you. I love you guys so much. We're going to go into behind the scenes right now, shall we? We're recording this on the 17th. of December because I'm really leaning into taking vacation. Na, 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 na. And well, and my podcast guru is going on vacation too, but I'm trying to do very minimal in the next couple weeks. So what I have going on, or when you listen or watch this, I am in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl, enjoying all the loveliness and the goodness there. So, and I am not rooting for Ohio State. I know I'm a Michigan girl, and that is why I'm not. So Utah, you got my vote this year. Um, so just spending time with my family is the big thing. I will have come back from Vegas by then. I'm going to go there for Christmas and see my family, and then see my dad, and Scott and I will go up to Pasadena for all those things. So that's what's going on. I'm so excited to be kicking off all things. The workshop is literally tomorrow. The planning workshop is literally tomorrow. You're behind the scenes now, behind the curtain. And I couldn't be more excited. We have, I want to say, about 134 network marketers who've signed up to do that, which is fantastic because I know this is the time of year where you're like, really, Roxanne? And I'm like, yeah, really, we're going to do this. And more people are coming in by the moment I'm seeing the pings. So I'm super excited about that. And I will be sharing with them the opportunity to get the toolkit. Taryn and I did our first part of our strategic planning for 2022 this past week, which was great. We still need more time. I think we're just gonna have to take a weekend, like a Sunday, and just like pour it all in and pour it all out. So that'll be coming. I'm excited about that because it's looking juicy and wonderful and fantastically epic. And we're wrapping our arms around that word, because in order for us to be fantastically epic, we have to give you fantastically epic things. And so make it so. It's happening. I cannot wait for you to be there. I want to just end this year by telling you it's been a doozy, right? 2020, the after party was supposed to be like maybe a month, not a whole year. It's been a bit here in California. We are now wearing masks again outside or inside, I guess inside, everywhere we go. So I did do a dance class yesterday, my first dance class, in a mask in a while. It's fine. I can live with it. It's whatever. Life is too great for me to care about things like that. I can put my mask on and do my thing and keep it moving, and then take it off when I don't have to have it on. Yeah, that's what I do. It's all good. Because I'm just in this gratitude state where nothing is going to steal my sunshine. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So that's what's going on with me. More things coming your way soon. More guests on the podcast. If you didn't listen to the podcast with Kelly Gable LaBelle a couple weeks ago, you need to listen to it. All about network marketing with a cause. It's so impactful. If you want to feel good about our space, listen to what she's doing and listen to what the Noonday ambassadors are doing, because it's pretty fantastic. All right. That's me in a nutshell. Oh, look, I'm in a nutshell. I really did that. Shout out to Austin Powers. I know very few movies, but when I do, I know the titles. All right, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to see you next year. I cannot wait. And I hope that you enjoy your New Year's Eve. And then what are you doing? New Year's. I'll stop singing. And then have a wonderful New Year's Day. And I'll see you on Wednesday, or talk to you on Wednesday, for another episode of Roxtalks, the first one of the year. Oh, that's exciting. Epic. We'll call that an epic one, I think. I just want you to remember something. You are not ahead. You're not behind. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Take care. Mwah, mwah. I love you. Take care.